Good evening, Marty Beagan, and how are you?
I'm great, Eileen.
Thank you for coming into the Garage Theatre here. And what are you going to do for us this evening?
I'm going to do 5 minutes or so from a play called Dear Arabella that Mary Jones had written. It's 3 monologues about 3 different women. I am Jean, who was brought up in Belfast, the streets of Belfast, on the dark side of the street, and was left really with her mother, who was an older lady. The sons left, the husband left, and she suffered with her nerves. And Jean would have looked after her, never left the street or never left anywhere. And she witnessed a suicide that day, and she decided she had to get out, and she had to go. She just couldn't take any more, and she went to the sea. And it was the freedom of going, because for somebody of 30 years of age that had never left the streets of Belfast, and now it could have been the streets of anywhere in Ireland or anywhere, or any part of the world. It was, you know, she was brought up and she was just used to always having people around her, and just the freedom of a beach and a sea and nobody there. And she met a woman and a man on the train who affected her life, and then she met Arabella on the beach, and she affected her life for the rest of her days. And that one day really changed Jean, and she's seen the sun. And she knew then that she could deal with whatever was thrown at her for the rest of her life.
Right, right. And you're so passionate about the character. Like when you're reading a play or you're involved in a play, do you really get into character and, you know?
It takes me a while to get into the character. I have to learn the play. Just learn it completely. I never get into the character by reading lines. I can't do it. I have to learn and learn and learn. And then I'm in it, and I have her.
And come here, how did you start out in drama?
I was 15 years of age, and a bit like Jean in this play, I was brought up on the dark side of the street in Rosslea, and I would have spent all my time in the back field with a camogie stick, and I was always out. I was the youngest of 8 and probably the maddest, and I was always getting into trouble for doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. But I was a dramatic person, and I got involved with Patsy McPhillips, who would have done drama in Rosslea. Rosslea was really big for drama, and I would have been involved with them for years until I got married. And then when I left Rosslea, I went to Abog, and I done Score, and I done different plays with them. I also worked with Drumgoon, and I also worked with Clarke, and I have been involved in the Garage Theatre as well, as you know.
And now, how did you get the rights to do Dear Arabella? You got it before any professional companies, or anyone got it? How did that happen?
Mary Jones, I work in Anna McCarrick Tyrone Guthrie Centre, and Mary Jones comes to Anna McCarrick to write the plays. And immediately when I started there about 14 years ago, we hit it off. She was there, and we really hit it off. And she was the one that said to me, "You need to go back on stage, Martina." And I'm looking at her going, I don't think I ever can. Sorry, I need to tell you that I had breast cancer, and I went through chemotherapy, and I was told that my memory probably would never be able to learn plays again. And I had said this to Mary, and Mary said to me, "I'm going to give you a play and you have to learn it." And it was Fly Me to the Moon. And it was a 2-hander. Katrina O'Morchin and myself did it. Brilliant play, as you know. We done it here for fundraising, and we probably raised 6,000-7,000 at the time.
Wow.
That's really how I got that play. But then Mary was back about 4 years ago, and she was writing this play, it was a commission for the Old Vic in London, a monologue on storytelling. And she sent it over to me. She emailed it across to me in the office, and she said, "Read that, see what you think of it, and let me know." So I read it, and she said to me, "You'd be really, really good at that, at Jean." And I said, "Oh no, I couldn't do a monologue. I've never done a monologue." "Oh, there's no such word as you couldn't. You have to do it." So I said to her then that day when we were reading it, I said, "Why do you not elaborate on that and make it into a play? You know, put another 2 monologues on it." She says, "I've never thought of that, but I think I will." And that's literally how Arabella came about. So she kept sending me the draft things. Every time she'd them written, she'd send me the other one. And I just thought it was the most fabulous play about 3 women who were total rejects in their own way and were in a dark, dark place. and how these women met each other on one day, and it just changed their lives.
Right, wow, that's amazing. And have you done any film work?
A bit, very little. Very, very little, but I have done a bit.
Okay, and what about directing?
No way. Absolutely no way.
Never say never.
No, they would have no interest in it at all. No.
Right. And your company that did Dear Arabella, how did you come together?
It was, Mary gave it to me and she said, you can do it because it has never been done before. But all I want is that you can't raise money with it, but you can do it as a fundraiser for somebody. So Paula Goddard, who's friendly with myself and friendly with Mary, the three of us got together and we read the play, and Paula and myself cast it and got the director, which was Sara, she was brilliant, and the two girls. And Paula as well was stage manager, and I've got to thank her as well. She was brilliant through this whole process.
Lovely. Yeah. And now, what's next for you, Marty? What do you think?
I honestly don't know. It's 3 years I've been on the stage. I really am beginning to think, have I lost the nerve at this stage? I don't know.
If the right play comes.
If the right play comes, I may do it, yeah. Oh, maybe Arabella will come back again on another round shortly.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Watch this space.
We will. Marty Beagan, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Eileen.